Hi guys, this is JP from FSiPanel. Welcome to this new video where I will show you how to use FSiPanel 2020 with the beautiful Maddog MD82, 83, 88 series. So now with the new FSiPanel, we don't need anymore to import aircraft. So we just need to load the aircraft on the simulator. So let's do that first. As you can see on my FSiPanel, there is no compatible aircraft detected. So this is why I have here a not applicable, sorry. So if I go to P3D now, I will load the Maddog. So you can choose any Maddog you like. Let's take this Delta Airlines here. That's good for me. We don't need to put a particular airport, so I will just leave the default P3D airport. Click OK. And now our MD80 will be loaded. So what is important there, guys, is to have your engines running before you start an approach. So basically now when we come into the cockpit of the MD80, you see that it's cold and dark. It might be different on yours. It depends what are your settings. As well, make sure you have the correct weight. So set the weight you want for your training. Any weight that you want must be set. And now the best way to fly an approach is to basically start your engine. So I found out that if you go to add-on, Maddog, and you go for ready to fly, this is the best way to do it. I just go ready to fly, initializing Maddog X system on the top. It takes around 10 seconds and we are ready. So let's go to FSiPanel. Now the good news here, you can see that the Maddog MD82 has been detected. Fine, so we're gonna use this default airport for the first approach. Let's make a left-hand vectors and we are ready to go. Before we go, let's have a look at the setup. If we go to setup Maddog, we can see the default auto brake. You can choose between off, min, med or max. So here I will select min, for example, and the default landing flaps can be flaps 28 or flaps 40. It's up to you which one you want to use. And the after landing flow, you can enable it or disable it. This is after landing. Your first officer will basically do the after landing flow as soon as you retract one step of flight. That will allow you to taxi your airplane to the gate without having your heads down or up at the overhead panel. All right, so we have set our default. So let's go for the left-hand vectors. So I will click Move Aircraft. Let's see what happened. We see the aircraft is moving. Altitude window 3100. We should be with the flaps set for the intermediate as we are on vectors. So this is the case. As you can see, we are flaps 15 and 3000 feet. You can see here that our localizer has been set. Autopilot is set correctly and we just wait until we have control. So now we are reaching 3100. On top here, you will see now the message from FSiPanel that aircraft is ready for your training. Hold your brake for 2 seconds to take control. So now basically I can hold my brake and I have the control. So now I'm able to arm the approach and fly this. So let's see now we want to do a final approach. Go back to FSiPanel. The aircraft is already in the air. The good news with this version of FSiPanel is that the simulator is not reloading anymore. So you can do as many approaches as you like. So let's make a long final approach. So I'll click long final approach. This time I will select flaps 28 and I will click Move Aircraft. So now the flaps are moving to 28. You can see there. And we will be on final at 3100 for 8 miles. So let's see if that works. Moving your aircraft in position. So we just wait as always. The bugs here are set for your approach already. And we should get control anytime soon. If we look on top here, moving your aircraft in position. 3100, and now we will get the confirmation message that everything is ready. Hold your brake to take control. So I hold my brake, I have control, and now basically I can push any modes. If I want to do an auto land, I just push auto land, and the aircraft will capture localizer and glide. Now we are just moving a little bit, we are away, so we should move a little bit to the right to capture the localizer. But you can see how it works. Basically, Everything is done for you. Let's see now, we want to move to another airport. Let's say we'd like to do an approach in Europe. So I go back. I can just change the ICAO. I select my runway, 14, and I can select the short final with flaps 40 this time. That's fine. Click Move Aircraft. All right, so we are back in the sim. Let's see. We should be very low, 2,400 feet. This is for 4 miles final. The speed seems to be good. The flaps are extended, as you can see down there, to 40. So we just wait for the confirmation that we can fly this approach, and we will just do the landing and then see the after landing flow. So here, as long as you don't have any message here, do not do anything, or you will not get the control properly. So now what we are waiting for is 2,400 here, and we should get the message anytime soon. Now for me, everything looks good. The message is there, perfect. I hold the brake, I have control, I push auto land, and it will not do an auto land, so let's do a normal landing. Huh? Okay, all right. She's not happy at all. I take it manually, and we're gonna fly manually. It was maybe too close to the runway, 4 miles. So let's do this landing manually, flying raw data, and then we will see the after landings. This aircraft is so stable. Very great job here from Leonardo and Maddog. This is incredible, the realism. The same as the other type of aircraft that I have imported in FSiPanel. I mean, if you look at PMDG, Aerosoft, Majestic, this one, and A2A, they are all very high-end aircraft to learn flying and to fly very close to the real aircraft. So now we're coming down. We'll do the landing here. We will get a quick landing report on top of your screen. Pay attention to that. And then we will see the after landing flow, and I will show the landing report. So we'll try here to make a long landing. We'll make a long landing, so we will see how we get rated by FSiPanel. So let's make a long landing. I'm gonna float a little bit there. 100, 400. And now we start the bad flare, bit too high. And we are floating, and we are floating, 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 and we put it down. All right, so we should be quite long. So let's see what happened in the landing report. We can see on top now 913 meters. So this is after the touchdown zone, which is 900 meters normally on an airliner on a long runway. So let's see now what happened. We will vacate the runway and make sure now that your speed is less than 30 knots. Okay, and you just need to retract one step of flaps. And now the after landing flow is done by the first officer. So as soon as you retract one step of flaps, the rest is taken over by the first officer. You just need to taxi, your APU will be started, and all the switches will be put to normal as per the after landing procedure. So let's see now our landing report. I will stop here, set the brake, and we can see that we have a landing report. So you see my localizer deviation during the approach. I can see that I was a bit high, then we went down, flying raw data, and we have a long landing, of course, very long in fact. We should be within the first 600 meters. As for the deviation from center line, is not bad. It's a positive landing, so not too bad. I need training. I did it on purpose, but it's a good to see that you get this kind of report. Okay, that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. This is how to fly with the Maddog MD82. As always, safe landing, stay safe, and see you soon. Bye-bye.